Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Street Politicians, and I'm your host, Lance Gardner. I'm here with my wonderful, wonderful friends and panel members. Panel member B. Cruz, panel member Arnella, panel member Shaquan, panel member Sean, and panel member Brittany. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
That's what I'm talking about. How was y'all week, man? Wasn't it like
Good.
It's a good week.
Still good?
Glad to be here.
Information.
Glad to be
Yes,
here.
yeah, productive.
Wondering.
Productive. I've been running like a chicken with his neck cut off.
The whole neck.
So much.
Yeah. You got your water, my brother?
I'm good. I got some orange
Good,
juice
good.
today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. I like that. So here at Street Politicians, what'd you say,
I
Sean?
said no, just refluxes.
Oh, okay.
Today's orange juice.
So here at Street Politicians, we like to discuss topics that the world really not talking about. We want to dig a little deeper because we know that it's people out there like us, street politicians, who want to talk about these things and don't want it to just be overlooked. We're here in America and we need to talk about these things. So, what do y'all like to talk about today? What would be a good topic? Arnella?
I think marijuana legalization is a good one.
Marijuana legalization, fire that.
We got burned through this topic.
For real. California, we would like to thank you for your generosity.
One of them.
Taxes well paid. The taxes are well paid.
Man. So, Brittany, legalizing marijuana, how do you feel about that? We don't need to know if you smoke it. We just need to know.
Hold on.
I plead the fifth on that anyway.
Your eyes kind
You're
of
gonna
low
get any
there.
confessions out of me. When it comes to marijuana legalization, I honestly am personally for it. I think that it is natural. It is a herb. It helps you with your body. If you're feeling pains, aches, we have creams, we have serums for it. I think that it does us well in this world. So for me personally, I think it should be legalized. And if you do a little puff here and there, that's okay. It takes the edge off. It still makes you relax. So it's not a chemical that you're throwing into your body. Now, laced, that's a different topic, but just pure marijuana, I think it should be legalized, and anybody that's in jail for it, I think that they should be released because it's like a petty crime at this point, and it shouldn't even be considered a crime. It's legal. We all do it. Take the edge off. So I'm for it.
Big Cruz?
As both of them just said, reform, and I'm glad that people, especially mental health wise, people are able to take the edge off and relax, and it's like a glass of wine.
Yes.
So I'm glad that tax wise, tax dollars well spent.
Yes.
Well, for me, marijuana's great. I indulge every now and then when I'm stressed. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I love it for like the healing medical purposes and things like that. My only problem is they put $1 on it for like medicinal, as I said, right? For like the streets. And anything that you put $1 on, you make high commodity. So I could get rich off of marijuana now, legally. So now you got people spraying marijuana to boost it up, and I also feel that because it's being legalized, more and more people smoking it, and they not really smoking what may be a high grade or a good grade of weed,
Right.
and they might have all these different chemicals with these dispensaries because they don't really care if you pass out or die because they done made their money off your, you know what I'm saying, your money. So off your money. So I just feel that they make people crazy now. Like everybody's really claiming a mental illness. It's like, ain't nothing wrong with you mentally. You just smoking bad weed. And now you trying to get a check from it. So for me, that's what happened. I feel once they put $1 on it, they made it high commodity. And now everybody want to sell weed, and you can't trust everybody, and it's driving people crazy. And now they feel like they got mental illnesses. So that's just my take on it.
So let me ask you. So you think dispensaries are are making bad weed because they have rules and regulations that they have to follow? So I personally feel like going to a dispensary, you are more educated on what you are getting versus going on the street. And he's like, here goes what I got for you. Like, I don't know. I feel like the dispensaries do have the rules and like regulations. They have the government go to them and they have to follow. So I personally feel I would be more educated if you went to a dispensary knowing what you're going to get. But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay. I understand that. Now, people do enhance things. People do put things in things that we don't know.
Oh, people add on to it.
Add on to it.
Okay, got it.
And like these names is either marijuana, but you got fruit cakes, cake fruits. All of those kush this, kush that. Okay, I got you. You know, it's like a dress. You know, you dressing up the damn marijuana. But my thing is that, and the purpose is what you use it, you know, for recreational, or if it's just a medical or mental situation, like we said, in balance. But the main thing is understanding the business and understanding how it can be a very conservative business to where you're helping and donating, you know, the proceeds to organizations that be able to help out that doesn't get from the actual government in different area and zones, because you have to be able to be legally understanding what zoning is when it comes to building these marijuana dispensaries, and then there's retail, and then there's delivery. So there's all types of ways of this business, but I'm totally in compliance with everybody saying it. But you know, anybody got a joint?
Shaquan?
You know, I was so happy when they legalized marijuana. Actually, the first thing I did was spark up a blunt in front of the police, and it got rid of my paranoia. That was the worst part about smoking weed back in the day. It was like, you can go to jail. This is illegal. And when it was legal, I'm like, yes, this is for me. I remember the first time going to this dispensary and not having cash and could use my debit card to buy weed. I was just so happy about it.
That's what's up.
Well, there it is, legalizing marijuana. You know, it's some perks to it. It's gonna always be some downfalls to any and everything. So, you know, indulge, have fun. If it's medical, get what you need. And if you fire up, just hit up street politicians. We might pull up.
You already know, I'm there for that. You know what I'm saying? I'll let your boy.
Sean's for sure there. He'll bring his wallet, okay?
So there you have it, legalizing marijuana. Let's go to our next topic, because we like to keep it going. Drum roll, please. Capital punishment. Ooh. Capital punishment has always been a topic. A lot of different states have their own rules and regulations for capital punishment. Me personally, it's needed in some cases. I feel, you know, the days of the electric chair, the days of the injections now, right? It's just like a needle injection. You know, I hate that human makes the decision on who lives and who dies. But the world is just so crazy, and the more people that don't want to comply with society in a positive way, I just feel like you got to go. So, Ornella?
I get it, but I also think that there's a huge risk with it. You're taking a huge risk because it's been a lot of cases. I mean, a lot of cases where, you know, people have gone, you know, through the electric chair or the lethal injection, and then later on they were found out not guilty, but they're gone. So you just took an innocent life.
That's true.
So, again, you can't pick and choose. I feel like if it's there, this is bound to happen. So I think I'm going to be against it for that reason. It's just too much. You know, it's just too much to risk.
Be Cruz?
You know what? I kind of second that emotion right there. It's been a lot of people, they're gone. And, you know, the courts come back and, they were, you know, found, you know, innocent, but that body's gone. That family's grieving. And then, Sean, we were talking earlier a little bit. You have a good take. You know, go ahead and say what you guys say. Because I kind of agree with you.
I mean, you know, this, like I said, it comes back to, you know, politics. When they're looking at profit, when they look at, like I said, fear, you know, in this business. But, you know, capital punishment, you know, if you do something that's beyond the measures, you know, they lock you up for a wrong reason and it's not you in the DNA. I mean, you know, that's, you know, that person, a part of his life is gone, but he's still in the flesh. But then I look at it in the fact of the young kid that was back in the days.
George Stinney.
Exactly. And he was only, 12, 13 years old, and they falsely accused him. And I think that was like the Green Mile, right? The kind of like a making of it. But it was I can't think of the guy's name in it though. But it was just the fact that, you know, when you see something like accuse somebody and you mistakenly kill them, I totally, you know, cahoots with her about, you know, family grieving of a loss of something that came back that was not true. So it's not a good deal. But then some people are deserving of it based off the crime. I look at it like that.
Shaquan?
I agree. I agree with what you said. I think there should be like a way where, if without a reasonable doubt that person did that crime, they have to know for sure. Then I believe the death penalty is deserved. But if he's still investigating and it comes out, you know, that person didn't commit the crime,
Like it's even a shadow of
with
a
a shadow of a doubt, then
Like if you can't fill in all the lines, right?
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be
Brittany?
executed.
To me, I think this is a very touchy subject. I
Very,
personally,
very.
I am not for it. You guys have some very good points, and I support that. But for me, for example, the George Stinney, 14-year-old young man, accused. It was false accusations, and 90 years later, they come out and they say, "Oh, he didn't do it. He was innocent after all." This young man is not here with us today because somebody has taken him with a false accusation, and to me, I don't think that's right. And if they would have given it more time, or just did a little more digging and found their actual evidence, then he would have been here today. But for me, I just think it's too much. I could never take a life, and I understand people do horrendous things, and I'm not okay with that either. But they need to be locked up in solid penitentiary or something. But I don't support death penalty for me on my behalf.
Yeah. See, street politicians, we are not afraid to hit those topics, those very sensitive and emotional topics. Right. We may have a family member that may be in this situation. You never know how things will turn and where you'll end up. So that's our take on capital punishment, guys.
Yeah.
God bless.
Street politicians.
Politicians, baby.
Whoo! All right, y'all. America, we rolling. I felt that conversation.
Yeah.
That was deep.
It's
That was
heavy in
deep.
here.
So let's keep it rolling. Drum roll, please. Space exploration.
Going to the moon, baby.
I've been to NASA, the little tour NASA thing. I think
cool,
they
that's
got
cool.
like in Texas. Yeah, I almost became an astronaut.
Okay. Is it never too late?
Yeah, it is.
Too late.
They don't come back.
Big Cruz. What do you think about that, man? You going to the moon? What's up?
I'm not going, but hey, if y'all going to Mars, I might roll to Mars with y'all. Mars kind of cool, but for example, how they say like the moon landing, things of that nature. I believe in aliens. I'm a flat earther. I don't think we went to the moon. I think CBS did something and it looked like the moon.
Bunch of courts.
Yeah, and actors and lights, cameras, and action, as we know very well.
Cheers.
But if y'all going to Mars, hey, sign me up because it's time to go. It's time to go.
Oh my heavens, space exploration. I think that it is a really nice idea, but who's funding it? Is it coming out of taxpayer dollars again? And is it making the poor even more poor, taking away from the middle class and the rich stay rich? Because I'm not okay with that either. I think it's awesome to know that we do have other life out there. However, are we deserving of it? Because there are different planets and we're not even taking care of this one. So we just found another planet that I was looking up online the other day, and we can actually make life form there. But do we deserve to have another chance when we're already trashing this planet? We can't even upkeep it or sustain it, so why do we deserve a whole other one that we can destroy as well? So,
Thank
Right.
no, yeah.
Right there with Brittany. Yeah, I'm right there with Brittany. Word for word.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
perfect.
cool. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like the George Jetsons.
Right.
So,
I like them too. I'm Elroy.
We almost there.
and you know, if they say they went to Mars and they can't go back for whatever odd reasons, I have gotten in text fights with people from NASA on my Instagram, and I'll be just going off, and they just be like, "You don't know what you're talking about. Went there," and I'm like, "Yeah, bungee cords are really long. And there's a lot of sand and dirt." So my thing is that if you went, go there. If there's something there, I mean, it has to be known. We have to know this. We're not the only intelligence. I guarantee you that. I look at that, and you just, you know, if you dream, when you go in that dream, you come up out and you're back here, it's like, where'd you go? You know? So my thing is that, yes, it's either real or somebody's been lying for a long time.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I ain't going.
I don't want to know either.
I'm not going.
I'm cool too.
I'm not trying to see it launch.
Hey, bye-bye. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see it launch or none of that. Be safe, homie. Bring me something back, homie. Shaquan, stay safe.
I mean, I understand the reasons, the curiosities for wanting to go into space, but there's so much here that has yet to be explored. We've only, I want to say, looked into 5% of our oceans. There's so much to be explored right here.
Yes.
And then to go up and spend all this money going into space.
Being extra.
There's so much to be done right here.
For what?
I
What
mean,
you want to do that for?
I understand.
I'm ready.
They got Wi-Fi up there? You ain't got no Wi-Fi up there. What you gonna do?
I don't think they do.
The South.
I'm not there.
Right here. Right here, street politicians, y'all. America, you heard our take on space exploration. Have fun. Do what you need to do. Explore how you want to explore. Hit us up. Let us know. Text, DM us. streetpoliticianstv@gmail.com. Thank you so much. We're going to say farewell. B. Cruz, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Arnella, thank you. Shaquan, thank you. Sean, thank you. And Britt, thank you. This was Street Politicians. I was your host, Lance Gardner. Bye.
Peace.
Who's smoking though?
For real, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Bye.